Alright boys, so in today's video we're gonna be talking about the best craftable weapons, the ones you can currently craft, 2 of each type, which one you should craft, what characters they may be good on, because some aren't necessarily good weapons, but they work really well with like one character. But before we get into that video, before we talk about that, I have to show you something that's pretty depressing, and that is this. Alright boys, pretty much 95% of you boys are not subscribed right now, right? YouTube's telling me this, and I'm not mad, right? It makes sense. A lot of times I watch a video that's in my recommended, I don't subscribe, and then I watch another video of that person in the near future, and I still don't subscribe, because I'm lazy. But, from you to me, scroll down real quick, hit that button, you know, maybe even like the video, if you're feeling funny. But, right now I'm very close to 5.5k, so if you could just hit that, that'd be pretty cool, right, with this video. Anyway, let's get into the actual weapon discussion. So, we're gonna start with the Mondstadt ones, the ones you can make here, and then the ones you can make over there. So, oh, ignore that. So, right now, you can make 2 of each weapon type, currently, right? So, for the sword, you have the prototype Rancor and the Iron Sting. Now, one thing that you might not know, these are dropped from the weekly bosses, right? From Dvalin and from the Wolf boss, okay? So if you don't know where you're getting these from, you get them from them, right? Only once per week, and it is a drop chance, okay? They don't necessarily drop it until, I think, Air 45, which I'm 41 right now, so that's tough. But, you know, I've gone a long way without getting these, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you just have to struggle. There's going to be a week where you don't get any, and there's going to be a week where you get 2 of the ones you need. But for now, just so you know, you get these from the bosses. Okay, and these you can just farm, right? You can just send people on expeditions as well, get these, because I don't farm these, but I have like a lot of them. So yeah. Alright, let's talk about these first. Now this one, everyone starts off with, right? All of you have this one, I assume. All of you are adventure rank 10. I believe it's the adventure rank 10 reward. 10 or 7, one of the two. Now, this hit by itself is pretty good. On hit, normal or charge attacks increase attack and defense by 4% for 6 seconds, max 4 stacks. This effect can only occur once every 0.3 seconds. Now you can pretty much, you're pretty much always gonna have max stacks on this, right? And let me see what on max ascension, what the stat is. On max ascension it's 8%, 4 stacks. So 32% increased attack and defense, right? Which is really good. And you can put this sword on pretty much anyone, and it'll be pretty good, okay? You can put this on the Geo main character. I wouldn't recommend it on the anime one. You can technically put this on Bennett, right? You can put this on Chi-Chi. I am not letting you join my game. I'm not letting you yoink my stuff. I am sorry, whoever you are. Yeah, it's a really good sword. It's pretty universal. You can put it on Kaya too if you want to make him work as a DPS. You can even though I said like for Bennett or for the animal character, they're not the best. You can still use them. Like they're still gonna be fine. It's just that the physical damage bonus, those characters don't really care for it. But you'll do a lot of damage with your swings. Okay, so for Chi-Chi, for example, like the Chi-Chi, I think this sword's great. Even though you want more attack, but you increase your attack, so it'll work out in the end, right? Also, it's a 4-star, so it'll have good base stats, right? Like solid base stats. Yeah. So on at level 80, for example, it has 500 base stat attack. So it's just giving you base 500 attack, which then can be amplified with your artifacts and all that. So yeah, gonna move a little quicker now though, and so we can get to the point where I tell you which ones you should craft and which ones you shouldn't. Now the Iron Sting is also really good, but my issue with it is it's really hard to make work. Now it has a 6% damage increase for 6 seconds, max 2 stacks. So 12%, on max ascension it's 12%, so it's 24%, right? Gives you elemental mastery. And you'd think, alright, on Bennett this would be great, on Kaya this would be great, right? But then you're like, no wait, it's not, because Kaya's cooldown is 6 seconds, so you always only have 1 stack, right? Unless you have 2 animal characters and you reduce your cooldown, right? You always just have 2 stacks, 1 stack at a time. So you don't get like everything out of it. And with Bennett, I believe if you fully hold his E, you can sorta get 2 stacks, but then the cooldown is so high that once like you'll just lose your stacks again before the skill comes back up. So you don't have perfect uptime on this. right? So it's not that good. You can use this on Keqing. If you have Keqing and you don't want to give her a 3-star weapon, you don't have any other 4 stars, and you definitely don't have any 5 stars, you can give her the sword. It actually works really well because she, after she teleports to her stiletto, she will always do electro damage with her swings. So you'll be able to just keep this up constantly. Like your stacks will never fall off of her. So you can use this on her. There's not really any other character I see this being useful on, though. So not a fan of the sword. If it wasn't for the every 1 second, and it wasn't for the 6 seconds, but this was like 10 seconds, then it would be a lot better. But it is what it is. I was hoping it would increase with Ascension, but it doesn't. So yeah. Now let's talk about bows, which bows is a very interesting topic because a lot of people like bow users. I like bow users, right? Now, this one is pretty good. I like this bow. My friend uses it actually for his Amber, I believe. His Amber. He used to have an official, now it's on Amber. So, let's just talk about refinement rank 5. Okay, you see the one you can read yourself. On 5, it's 72%, right, for 10 seconds. But the movement speed stays the same, right? The number is in blue, doesn't change. But that's a 72%, and it has a base has a attack percentage roll as well. So this is really good for just pure attack. Now, aimed shot hits on weak points increase movement speed by 10% and attack by 36%. The way you do this is you do one aimed shot, right? That's gonna hit their head or their weak spot, whatever. And after that, you just go into normal attacks, like the clicky, the quick ones, right? You get me? And you do a lot of damage. Now, there's better bows for that type of build, but this build is still insane. Like, even you can run this on Fischl as well, right? You do one aim shot, you summon the bird, and then you switch out. But you summon the bird with a 72% attack increase, right? Pretty much double attack. So, yeah, this bow is really good. Movement speed, don't really care for. I feel like movement speed increases in this game don't feel like movement speed increases. That may just be me. But this bow is really, really good. If you need a good bow, this bow is actually really, really good. Right, let's talk about the other bow, right? This one isn't a bad bow either. Normal attack and aim shot hits increase attack by 4% and normal attack speed by 1.2% for 6 seconds, max 4 stacks. It can only occur once every 0.3 seconds, right? But you'll just get to stack really quickly. Anyway, now on max Ascension, right? It gives you 8% per stack, and it gives you 2.4, right? So it pretty much gives you 10% attack speed, which actually makes quite a difference. And it gives you 80% more attack. I'm sorry, 32% more attack. I don't know what I was thinking. 32% more attack at max Ascension, okay? With max stacks, which you'll be able to get pretty quickly, right? It also gives you an insane physical damage bonus. Like, if we compare this to the prototype Rancor, right? This one had a 7.5. This one starts off with a 15%. So, if you want to have like a physical bow damage dealer, right? This bow is... I'm not too sure which one is better between the two. I feel like this one is better because it allows you to use the skills still and everything. But this one just wants you to do the normal attacks. So if that's your goal, you can just do that. Right? Alright, so the next one is going to be the Great Swords. Now, Great Swords, I feel like the white blind is not worth talking about. In my opinion, this does not work that well. There's one character I can think of where this could be kind of good, but that's about it. Okay? Now, it's pretty much the same thing as we've already seen with the other weapons. On hit, normal and charge attacks increase attack and defense by 6%, max 4 stacks, its effect, blah blah blah. It's pretty much the prototype Rancor, right? Now, on max Ascension, I'll get to the prototype Amethyst in a second, but on max Ascension, it's 12% per stack, so 48% total, right? The thing is, not only is that not good compared to what the prototype Amethyst has to offer, right? The amount of damage. It also isn't good because it has a defense substat. Now you can use this on Noelle, and you can only use this on Noelle. If you want to build your Noelle, this sword actually isn't bad, right? Because she benefits from having higher defense, right? Does more damage, and this isn't that bad because it also increases attack and defense. So like you get double the benefit from it. But overall, not a fan of the sword, right? Only if you want to build Noelle. Like in the future, this will still only be a Noelle sword. The other ones you can switch between characters so that they have a lot more reviews. But if you really like Noelle, right, for whatever reason, right, I don't blame you, right? Cool character. I love her kit, right? You can build this, that's fine. But I'm personally not a fan of it. I'm not gonna make it. Now, sword I like, the prototype ominous, which I believe is still better than the club, right? Is because on hit, normal charged attacks have a chance, 50% chance, right, to deal 240 on refinement rank 1 or 480 attack on refinement rank 5 within a small AoE. Can only occur once every 15 seconds. Now in these 15 seconds you get one AoE with 480% of your attack stat, okay, which is really good. 2 attack substat, your attack stat is going to be really high. Now why do I believe this is better than the club? Just really quick, is because with the club, you will, generally speaking, in a realistic scenario, get 360% attack out of that, right? You do 120 and you get like 3 hits off in that time, because you're not always going to be just straight hitting, right? You're always going to be like moving around, dodging something, right? You can't just like keep hitting. That's why I don't believe, like you'll get like 360 out of it, or even if you get 480 out of it, which matches this one just has better stats. So in total you'll still do more damage because your attack stat is gonna be higher. So I believe it's better than that one, but that's just me, right? If you want to use the 3-star one, you can. I believe it's a lot better because it's realistic. Like on max decks, like if you in 15 seconds, every 3 seconds get 1 attack out, and you time it perfectly so you don't miss out on the last one, which is pretty tough, then I feel like, yes, it can be kind of good, right? You can make me believe that it's better, but that's not the case. You're never gonna have like that optimal perfect timing because you're just fighting, you're dodging stuff. You can't plan ahead like that. So I believe the prototype ominous is just a lot better and a lot more consistent, and consistent is important. Okay. Now let's move on to the catalyst. Prototype Malice, actually really good. I like this. Using the elemental burst, it regenerates 4 energy every 2 seconds for 6 seconds. Additionally, all party members will regenerate 4% HP every 2 seconds for this duration. Now, this is what I at first believed to be Barbara's best weapon, but it's not. Right? We all know what weapon the best one is. The 3-star book, the Dragon Slayer something, I believe it's called. Now this one on max Ascension grants 6 energy every 2 seconds for 6 seconds, right? So you get 3 times 6 energy. You get 18 energy out of it, which is pretty good, right? Helps a lot of characters out. And all party members will regenerate 6 HP every 2 seconds for this duration, so 18% HP as well. It's not bad. It gives you HP, right? This is why it's like good with Barbara. Gives you HP and has a higher base attack stat. That's the only reason I could see you using it over it. But other than that, like there's no other character you want this on. As of now. In the future they may be, but right now this is only a Barbara weapon. If you don't have the 3-star book at max refinement, you can use this, right? Even at rank 1 this is fine, because it doesn't get that much from being rank 5. Yeah, because you get 0.5 increases. Like if this was 8 energy and you'd get 24, that'd be pretty cool. But no, it's not like that, but it's whatever. It's a pretty good weapon. The Mapamare is also, this is more a DPS type thing, right? This is finally getting more to the damage stuff for the books. So Infusion Scroll, triggering elemental reaction grants a 8% elemental damage bonus for 10 seconds, max 2 stacks. Now the good thing about Catalyst users is, right? I'm pretty sure I'm clear right now. Yeah. The good thing is that everything they do is elemental, right? They don't have physical damage. They all like they'll do stuff and it's all elemental damage, right? So you'll always be triggering elemental reactions with everything you interact, because everyone, like, you'll either fight a slime that has an element, or you'll be with someone he applied an element and you just keep applying it again, and like you keep reacting with it, right? So it makes sense. It's fine. You'll pretty much always have this. I'm actually glad they're ready. I'm just gonna claim them real quick. Okay, I'll claim them after. It takes long. Okay. That's why this one's actually pretty good. Now on max Ascension, this one gives you a 16% elemental damage bonus for 10 seconds, max 2 stacks, so 32%, in addition to giving you elemental mastery, which makes your elemental reaction do more damage in the first place, right? If you don't know, let me go to stats real quick. If I go to my Venti, right, he has 446 elemental mastery. His mainly just swirl, but overloaded, super contact, electro charge, and all that, and swirl damage increased by 160%, right? So if I go to my Kaya, who has 56, it's increased by 25%, right? So 160% is a big deal, and this one just gives you passively. Like the only reason I have pretty high Elemental Mastery with him is because the Stringless gives you Elemental Mastery, and this is like the best bow on him, in my opinion. So yeah, Elemental Mastery is really good. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people just skip over the stat because it's not raw attack or it's not crit or whatever. But it's really good. It's a fantastic stat, right? Now let's get to the little baby pikes, lances, polearms. That's what it is. Unlucky. Okay, so it's 2 polearms, obviously. I'm not a fan of either of them, by the way. But the prototype Grudge, Magic Affinity, it gives the energy recharge. After using an elemental skill, increases normal and charge attack by 8% for 12 seconds, max 2 stacks. Now, who can use this, realistically speaking? I can't think of one, right? It doesn't help that we only have 1 polearm user as well, so in the future it may be better. But right now, this doesn't work with jungling, and jungling is the only one we have. So, like, the energy recharge is nice, so you have Pyronado more often, right? But this I'm not a fan of. I actually don't know jungling's cooldown on her E. I will check. Okay, jungling's cooldown on her E is 12 seconds. So you'll never have 2 stacks. You'll be stuck with 1 stack. Okay. So I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. On max it does 16% more increased attack damage, charged than normal, right? So it's fine. But with jungling you won't get 2 stacks ever, right? You won't have 2 stacks. And then also, right now we don't have any other polearm users. So like for jungling, let's say you're free to play. I believe, where is my jungling weapon? I think, where is it? This weapon is fine. The black tassel, because increased damage against slimes by 80% at max, gives you HP, but she's gonna be a support DPS for the most part, right? So I think it's fine. This one's really good if you can get it to max Ascension. If you're just talking, I made a video on it. The Halberd is also really good if you can get it to max Ascension. This one, the deathmatch that you get from the battle pass, is really good as well. And well, we'll talk about a different one in just a second, right? So I'd like something made. Let's see. Okay. Now the last weapon we're going to talk about, Crescent Pike. You saw I had it on her, right? I think it's a pretty good weapon. Physical damage bonus. After picking up an elemental or particle, normal and charge attacks deal additional 20% attack damage for 5 seconds. And it gives you a physical damage bonus. I really like this because you have this pretty consistently, right? You hit someone with a skill and you'll have this. Especially in like co-op domains with other people where you'll just always be picking up elemental orbs. So I think it's fine. It's 40% at max Ascension, right? Which I'm not gonna do, but you could if you want to. 40% increased attack damage for normal and charge attacks, which I think is really good, right? Especially on well, it's only jungling right now, but I think it works really well with jungling. Especially the physical damage bonus, like you'll be doing a lot of damage with your normal hits, and you'll most of the time actually have this at the ready as well. So yeah, I believe this is really good. This is all the weapons. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it answered your questions. If you want to have have some specifics, right? You really want to use a crafted weapon because you don't want to use a 3-star because you don't want to look like someone that's poor. Okay, I'm sorry, but just put your favorite character in the comments, right? Tell me, oh, what crafted weapon do you think I should use on this guy? I will help you. Okay, I'll tell you who you use. I'll tell you what to put on them. But for the most part, I feel like the video should have cleared that up for you. But it's fine if you still have questions, right? Obviously, everyone's going at their own pace. But yeah, that's gonna be it from me. Tomorrow I'm going to be making, probably tomorrow I'm gonna be making a video. Genshin, because Genshin's been out for 1 month. I'm gonna make 1 month later. Is Genshin still worth it, right? So if you're interested in that, right, and you haven't subscribed still and you're watching the video, my guy, scroll down there, hit that button. Okay, I'm gonna see you tomorrow, right? Anyway, that's gonna be it from me. Hope you guys, like I said, enjoyed. Any questions, let me know. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe, all that good stuff. That's gonna be it. Okay, ciao.